Hi everybody, this is Melanie at the Longmont Yarn Shop. Today is December 4th and I'm excited to present to you the fourth day of our 12 days of making. So our first staff pick is going to be our books department. I absolutely love some of the books that we carry here because it's a great way to get inspiration. They're beautiful books, you can have them in your studio. And we have a couple of really great ones here today. So the coupon code to get 10% off of these books I'm about to show you is going to be Books 10. Books 10. So the first one is Fair Isle Week by Mary Jane Mucklestone. And she has incredible patterns in here. It highlights a trip to the Shetland Islands, and it's a deep dive into color work knitting with some really beautiful patterns here. And this copy is autographed. Which is very cool. And there are some beautiful pictures and information, all inspired by Shetland and color work knitting. And this is called Fair Isle Week by Mary Jane Mucklestone. All right, our next book is going to be Outlander Knitting, and this is an extremely popular show. If you weave or knit or crochet, you will immediately notice all of the beautiful designs in the TV show. The books are fantastic as well, but this book focuses on the TV show's knitting patterns, and there's a great range of different patterns in this book. There's vests, there's lacy shawls, cozy shawls that are going to be just a simple knit, capelettes, there's mittens. This is one of my favorite shawls that I noticed, and is also a shawl on the front of the book. So there's great patterns and ideas for you to stay nice and cozy. Most of them are pretty neutral tones, really nice organic colors. Then you've got some great pops of red and some color work hats, socks, mittens, the works. So this is Outlander Knitting, and you can get 10% off of this book using the coupon code BOOKS10. All right. We also have Selbu Mittens, which is a book that I'm really excited about. I picked this book up myself this past weekend. I think mittens are a really great project to take, especially if you're doing traveling and you need something small to fit in your project bag. Grab this book and some black and white yarn and some knitting, because this is a great book if you love history or if you're interested in Nordic traditions. This is a really great book to jump into with over 500 different charts and 35 classic patterns. So you'll get the history and you'll also get some patterns in this. And what's fantastic is if you are a very creative person, you can adapt these beautiful patterns in this book to make, you know, the sky is the limit. It doesn't have to be mittens, they can be socks, they can be gorgeous sweaters, really anything. And it's a great source of inspiration and a great read. I really enjoyed it this weekend and I'm still working my way through it. So Selbu Mittens. All right, we had spin in this past week, so I could not forget my spinners here. The first one I wanted to show you for our spinners is going to be a field guide to fleece. It showcases 100 sheep breeds and how to use their fibers. So if you have taken our Spinning 101 class, if you're interested in getting into spinning, this is a really great handy guide for you. This can easily slip in with your project bag. It's nice and small and flexible. And this is going to help you determine what's the right wool for your project. If you have been enticed at some fiber festivals to try and do from fleece to finished project, this will be a great handy guide for you to keep on hand. So again, Books 10, 10% off of the field guide to fleece. All right, we also have the Spinner's Book of Yarn Designs, and this is by Sarah Anderson, and there are techniques for creating 80 different types of yarn. And I immediately noticed in the back of the book here, they also include reference cards, and they're handy take-along format to keep by your reel for reference. So this will tell you how to make 4-ply yarn, 2-color, 4-ply, Hauser variation, effects on tension on 2-ply yarn, S and Z twisted yarn. So there's a great amount of information in here. Beautiful pictures for the visual learner. And this is a great one to gift to somebody who is really obsessed with spinning. It will talk about drum carding and making punis, rolags, long draw, good joins, using a niddy noddy, singles to plying. So there's so much information here, and this is a really beautiful book. The instructions are really clear, and there's great photographs. So the Spinner's Book of Yarn Designs. Books 10 to get 10% off of that. All right, and then for our weavers out there, I wore this great sample we have in the shop, which uses a variable dent weave on a rigid heddle. And I really love to weave. I have a 2-shaft table loom and a floor loom, and this is the book that I have next to my loom at all times. This is the Handweavers Pattern Directory by Ann Dixon, and it includes over 600 weaves for 4-shaft looms. So this is also a great directory, a great source of inspiration. It'll show you different color variations, different twill patterns. There's overshot in here. Let's see, M's and O's, crackle and color blocks, summer and winter pairs. So there's a lot of different types of weaving patterns that you can learn from this book, or just get a sense of what's possible to do on your loom. Highly recommend this book. I picked this up after my 4-shaft weaving class here, and I use it all the time. And I feel like this matches my scarf very nicely. Books 10 to get 10% off of the Handweavers Pattern Directory. And my last book is Learn to Weave by Deborah Chandler. This is also a great reference book. There's a lot of information here on just learning to weave, different types of looms, and this is a 4-shaft weaving course that makes learning to weave with or without a teacher fun. So if you're someone who likes to figure things out on your own, get a good sense of how your loom works and how to weave, but you like to do it on your own time and at home, this is a perfect book for you to pick up. So this is Learn to Weave by Deborah Chandler. 10% off with Books 10. All right, and then we have our Santa special today, which is a great yarn by Barocco. This is Mantra and Mantra Stonewash. What I love about this is it's 100% silk, which is not that easy to get a hold of, and it has a beautiful shine. It's extremely strong. It's a natural fiber, and we've gotten great feedback for weavers actually on using this silk. So this would make a very, very nice, beautiful colors for a shawl. We have a couple of different versions of a silk shawl that you can make. That would be a great pop of color, a quick gift, and they're really, really beautiful. Here's another version of some silk shawls that you can make. And we have some really beautiful colors. So to get 40% off for our Santa special, you're going to use the code MANTRA40, MANTRA 40. Thank you so much. Have a great day.